Hey everybody! Before we jump right into the action, I just wanted to let you know that these things are streamed on Twitch, and if you wanna hang out with me while I'm live, you can follow the channel. Will be the first link in the description. Alright, so we're getting a black game. Opponent goes for e4, and we're gonna be trying out the good old solid Caro-Kann. And just getting knights on the natural squares. Bishop develops onto g4. Go with e6. So to be honest, like the fianchetto setup, it's not that common in the exchange, but whenever they do h3, like your first instinct should be to keep the pin as long as g4 is not hurting you directly. So you want to be keeping the bishop. And yeah, on bishop g5, against the fianchetto, generally I don't play bishop d6. Could be fine, but even here against the pin, okay, I can also start pawn h6 if I want to see whether he wants to take or not, but I'll just play it simple. Bishop e7, bishop d6 is also fine here, but I feel like this is easiest. Can even make a luft. See what he has in mind with that bishop. Could also play knight e4, trade the knights, but I'm just gonna go h6. I guess he will take, or okay, never mind, he goes back. I was wrong. I was wrong, but now we have what is named to be a Carlsbad pawn structure on the board. And against this, it's important that you know about this minority attack plan. Trying to create a weak pawn and then starting to attack it, bring the queen over, bring the rook, just put pressure on it. Hey, Elania, welcome. What's up? So just b5 and yeah, we'll see if they play a3, just going a5, b4. Otherwise, might have b4 directly. So queen b3, hitting the pawn. I think b4 is doable. Only thing we should consider is what if they go c4, but then knight a5 looks pretty promising, hitting the queen and the c4 square. So I think that's playable. We just go for it. Either going queen a4, hitting the knight. I think I just defend it with the rook. And if they're taking, I think we take with a knight just because the knight is a little loose. So I don't want to be taking with a bishop because it's only going to be protected by a loose knight. So we see queen a4 happening, just protect the knight. And now I guess cb4 is about to be played. About to take it with a knight, most likely. Still, don't really care about these kind of pawns, like the pawn on a7. If his queen has to go on like a journey, that is typically not gonna be worth just for winning a single pawn. Because it's gonna be super time confusing, gonna be pretty tricky to bring back the queen, and yeah. So knight e5, hitting my c6 knight, I think. Can definitely take it and play knight e7. Could also just play queen b6, protecting our knight. And after the trade, take with a queen, go for the endgame. I think that's doable. Perhaps I kind of rushed with this move a bit, because he could do g4, which I wasn't really paying attention to. That was a mistake. But we're still gonna just play bishop g6 there. And against this, I think I'm just gonna be going for the endgame. Trying to highlight the power of the minority attack. So after queen takes, I want to take with the rook. So opponent goes for a bite. And you already know that this is typically not really worth it. Let's see if we can prove that. Bishop d6 because it was under attack and huge threat to take there. But also if they take, we've got this pretty big move there. which is actually gonna be trapping his queen. So note that the queen is gonna be hard to rescue, but to be honest, I don't really see how my opponent's willing to bring back the queen into the game. So yeah, looks like with rook a8 next. We're just gonna be trapping it, and c4. Pretty clever idea, because if I take, my queen will hang, but I think we can literally go rook a8 and meet cd5 with ed5. And I see no squares for my opponent's queen. So he could throw this in. That's correct. But I'm gonna go ed. And when it comes time to play the intermezzo, I'm not gonna trade queens, but I'm gonna take there first. And if he takes back, we take his queen, and we have managed to win a rook in the process. If he goes for the intermezzo himself, I'm gonna be the first one to deliver check, and then collect his queen at the end. I'm gonna be up a rook no matter what. So, yeah, queen is trapped. He should try some kind of rook to c1. That's like the only thing he could go for. Other moves are just losing easily. But even if you're like in a losing position like this, you should still try out like the best chance. And yeah, we're gonna go for the intermezzo. Would be nice to show. So yeah, c rook c1. So if I'm taking immediately, that's only a trade. But I want to trade in my terms. So we take a rook. If he takes back the queen, it's a trade, but we have managed to win a rook. And now we're gonna have that line on the board. If he tries the same intermezzo, I'm the first one to take there with check. Break the symmetry kind of. And collect his queen with an extra rook. So now I can just win this. And if you count the pieces, it's even, but we're up a rook, which is pretty significant lead in development, obviously. So now the a2 pawn is under attack. Tries to protect, just gonna be using my second rook. It's gonna be pretty tricky for him to actually defend. And I think we're about to just collect the queenside pawns one by one. Yeah, I don't really think he has anything to try to stay in the game. Maybe there's like a rook c6 move trying to hit my bishop, but at the very least, we can step back. And against b3, typically when we have these endgames where we're up material, it's all about trading all the pieces. So no matter whether you're up a pawn, up a piece, up a rook, as in our case, but every time you just need to force the exchange is basically getting into like king and pawn endgame where you're having extra material. Those are always the easiest to win. So in my last move, putting pressure on the knight, forcing it to move away, and then we start trading, and because the position is so good, I guess we're gonna be winning material. Actually, he has no knight moves. What am I saying? I'm just autopiloting. He has no knight moves. Like knight e2 drops the rook. Guys, I need to wake up. So the knight has no moves. That's a thing. Because my b pawn is restricting it. Plays king h2. Take the knight. Well, threatening to exchange rooks. He might try rook c6. But would defend and set up a trick. He's gonna take this, thinking he's winning the bishop, but he even pre-moved the checkmate. Did you guys see that? We managed to get it. So, in case it happened too fast, the idea was that after he took, eliminating the defender of the bishop, which was the knight, he tried to eliminate that to collect the piece, but he forgot that. I'm threatening mate, so get a checkmate, and we managed to get this one in. Alright, getting the black pieces. Gonna be going for another Caro-Kann. And this time we get to see the most likely a transposition to the advance. That's normally how white plays this. We're gonna pin the knight right away. And against the h3 we're gonna be taking most likely. c and Caro. That's not really that critical. Gonna be playing c5, opening up the natural square for the knight. Already having flat to take, and then the e5 pawn will be hanging. Opponent goes knight a3, but he's simply allowing us to win a pawn because of the pin. Could have also taken on f3 first, but there's no need since this was free. And also h3 is another mistake because we can take with check and we win another pawn. Because now the bishop couldn't protect h3 anymore. And we can get to develop our knight. Move 10. Start the game with 2 extra pawns. Let's go bishop e7, castle short, and just start exchanging. I don't mind. I can play like this all day. Just exchange everything. No need to like complicate the game or anything like that. Could even go for like aggressive play here, but I'm not gonna do that. It's not about winning immediately. It's about making sure we're winning. So, okay. Bishop e5. I'll just play bishop d6. Try to incentivize more trades. He will probably take on f6 the way he played it. Otherwise, I don't get why he played bishop e5. And against d4, I'll simply exchange. Let's actually take there just to exchange another pawn. Hope he doesn't take with a bishop because that will kind of ruin the idea to trade. Okay, take now on e5. He takes with a queen. Can offer a queen trade with queen b8. He probably won't accept, but that's fine. Now we can activate the rook with tempo. And we will still be offering these occasional trades. Now maybe b5 is a good move. Trying to push b4. Hitting the knight. So c3 had to be played. Now just queen b6, keeping an eye on the f2 square. Idea next to simply go a5, b4. He simply has no attack there because the bishop covers everything. Can just attacking on the queen side. cb, ab, the knight almost has no squares, and if knight c2, then we can go bc, and he's got a very weak pawn. cb, ab, hitting the knight. Knight b1, like only knight square available. But then rook c2 actually will be just walking in my opponent's backyard, and we're gonna be winning that f2 square very soon. Okay, same idea. He tried to sidestep, but still there. Queen e1, only move to protect, but let's do bishop e4 now. I want to play knight e4, but he can trade, so I'm exchanging the bishop first so that we can get exclusive access to that f2 square. Maybe he'll play, oh, he goes for the Saccharino. He's gonna take on f2 first. Could have taken the rook as well, but yeah, I guess this one's nicer, and he just presses the resign button and we managed to get this one in. Hey everybody, thanks a lot for making it this far into the video. And if you're interested in checking out my London system course, will be the first link in description. So thanks again, and I'll see you around on the channel. Take care.